Oh, I'm excited for this episode. I'm talking about the surefire way to take your business to the next level energetically. And so this is super exciting. This is a super exciting topic. And before we get into it, I have a bit of a confession to make. If I'm completely honest, for a long time, I was attached to being a bit of a battler. And what I mean by that is I felt like it was normal to always have something to complain about, or to not have my life exactly how I wanted it. And it's like I was fused to the reality that I would always be wanting more. Right. That was just like it was like a thermostat, right? Setting on my life for how good it could be or how much problems I had to be. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Like my life has had its challenges, right? There has been challenges in my life, but I've also always had a lot to be happy and grateful for. But it was always easier to talk about and think about the challenges. And it was almost like it was the only way that I could connect with people. Um, you know, y- I don't know if you can resonate with this, but it was as if everyone that I knew, they talked in the language of what the problems were, what they had to complain about. And it's almost like we connected at this level of, who's got problems. And so, when we think about this way of thinking, there could be many reasons for it, right? Definitely, I received conditioning for this thinking from my childhood. Certain people in my family definitely always had something to complain about and still do. And my extended family, they had their fair share of problems that they were all dealing with and they all talked about. And, everyone connected over their problems. Now, let's face it, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that you can either resonate with this at some level yourself or know people like this because it's pretty prevalent throughout society as a whole, right? People will commonly talk about their problems more than their wins. Now, maybe it's fear of the tall poppy syndrome, especially in Australia. We tend to have this, hopefully it's dying out, but it used to be a real culture of like people would try to cut you down if you were doing too well. And, whatever, wherever it comes from is really irrelevant, essentially, where it comes from. The important part about this is that you get to make a choice about where you want your focus and energy to be. And I'm going to be telling you why this is so super important and the shift that you need to make that really, I know from my perspective, helped me go from stressing about not just things in my life, but where my next clients were going to come from and really shifting into the place of attracting my ideal clients with ease. Launching programs where people would just kind of naturally just jump in, right? Like, soon as I put out an offer, people would want to be part of it. And it was a big shift. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I made this shift and what is the key thing. Now, there are three main problems that I see that most coaches have. Okay, so I, coach, train, and mentor coaches, practitioners, and therapists. And there's three things that I see that come up regularly, and they can all be solved with this one mindset shift that I'm talking about. And this shift that I'm talking about is to make a decision that you love your life, right? I'm serious. I'm deadly serious. You make a decision that you love your life, and on a daily, you find things to be happy about. Right? I'm going to go into what these three problems are and how this thinking shifts it. But to give you an example, over the last, well, depends how long I want to look, but over the last 12 months, there's definitely been challenges in my life from big stuff going on with my family to, the last 7 weeks, I've been having renovations at my house. I've had no kitchen and lounge room, right? During this time, I could have easily found things to complain about at every step of the way, right? found things to complain about what was going on in my family and how that stressed me out. I could have found things to complain about, when you're doing renovations and, the attention to detail that some tradies don't seem to have, or when people say they're going to be there at a certain time and then they don't, right? There's loads of stuff. There's loads of stuff, but I've not been going down that path. I've not been going down that path. And in fact, I've been really quite excited. I've been loving my life. I am super grateful that I have this office here. If you've ever seen or if you're watching the video, and if you're listening to my podcast, mind you, the videos are on YouTube. You can watch me on YouTube telling you the same stuff. However, my office here is at my house, and I've been so happy that this has also served as my lounge room and my dining room, even my bedroom at times when we've had, fummy painting going on in the house. And it's been a real adventure. We watch movies in here. It's been like an adventure. And I've been loving it. It's great, right? It's exciting. So there's always ways that you can find things to love about your life. It doesn't matter what's going on, right? Doesn't matter what's going on. So let me now relate this to the three major problems that I see and how this will change it and how this will solve it for you. So the first problem I see is imposter syndrome. Now, can you relate to imposter syndrome? Right. So I see this a lot where, coaches say, I feel like such an imposter because who am I to coach when my life isn't perfect? Have you ever thought that to yourself before? Well, guess what? Nobody's life is perfect unless you decide that it is perfect exactly how it is and you choose to love your life, what's and all, right? You choose to love your life. Life has challenges. That's the truth. Life has challenges. Being a coach doesn't mean your life will never have challenges. Being a coach means that your life will have challenges and you will deal with them in a more effective way than you would have before you learned coaching skills, right? Life has challenges. It's the overcoming them that gives us a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. It's how you deal with the problems in your life that sets you as a authority in you walking your talk. How can anyone how can anyone know that you're an excellent coach if you never have any challenges in your life? You're never going to have clients that don't have challenges, right? Like they wouldn't come to you. And so you want to demonstrate, and you don't have to be there telling everyone what your problems are, but you having challenges, it's normal. You then dealing with them in a better way because you have these coaching and communication skills is amazing. Okay, so you get to choose to love your life, including the challenges. Including the challenges. You can even love the fact that the challenges you have are not as bad as the challenges other people have if you want to, but you can love your life, right? And so when you love your life and you get really focused on what is great about your life, then you will have the confidence to talk about the tangible results that you can help other people have as well. Okay, so the more you focus on how you want to feel and the ways that you can feel that with your current life, the more it's going to be easy for you to talk to your clients that you can help them feel amazing about their life as well. Because here's the thing, no one's looking for creating the most like Instagram worthy life. Well, maybe people are, right? Maybe people do want to create the most Instagram worthy life. Maybe that's the thing. But there's people who create an Instagram worthy life that are still not happy. It's not about the things that you have in your life, it's the way that you feel about your life. Right? So the more you love your life, the more you're grateful for the people in your life, your partner, your children, your family, your home, your car, your business, find all the things in your life, find ways to love them. Love the crap out of them. Love them hard. Because that is what you want to be demonstrating that you can create this essence of loving your life, right? And so when you do that, then you're going to have confidence that you can that you're walking your talk, right? And then when you're working with other clients, you can definitely tell them, yes, I can help you get to a place where you're going to love your life because I've done it. I'm loving my life, right? This is the thing is you're going to be congruent and aligned, right? So the more you focus on what you want to feel, the more you'll feel it. If you want more freedom, find all the ways that you have freedom now. If you want more confidence, think of all the things that you are confident in now and give it to yourself. Allow yourself to have that. Allow yourself to be like, yes, I love my life. And it's amazing, right? It's amazing when you do that. Yes, like I do this all the time. I would love my house. I've been loving having renovations. It's been incredible. There's times it's challenging, absolutely, but I'm loving it. I love my partner. Yes, there's things that he does that are challenging, but that's what we're in a relationship for, right? Is for growth. I think he's amazing. I love being around him. He's so fun, right? Like I love my daughter. I love my car. My car, I keep saying I want to update my car, but it's 8 years old, but I still love it. This is why I'm having trouble updating it because I still love my car. I love it. It doesn't have all the whiz bang features of the car that I've been thinking I want to get, but I actually love my car. I love driving it. We went on a holiday recently. I loved every part of it. We went in off season. It rained on a couple of days. I loved that it rained on those days. It was amazing. It added to the experience. Right. So this is the first thing. Loving your life will help you squash imposter syndrome. Okay, because you're not going to feel like an imposter while you're loving your life. If you're loving your life, you won't feel imposter syndrome, right? So that's the first one. The second problem that I see is people having unclear marketing. Okay, so this comes down to where people get stuck in problem land, right? That in your marketing, you're only talking to people about their problems. You're only talking about the problems that you've overcome. Okay, so if you're in that space of all you're talking about is stress and anxiety and depression and limiting beliefs and negative emotions and all of those problems, you're just going to attract people that are stuck in their problems. You're not going to inspire anybody, right? You'll just attract people who are stuck in their problems. And it feels icky just to be talking about problems all the time. So the problem about the problems is that if you're only talking about the problems, it's going to be very hard for you to think about the tangible results that people will get from working with you, right? Desireland. What is Desireland? Loving your life. Loving your life. If you're not loving your life, if you haven't made the decision to love your life, you're going to find it very hard to talk to people about the tangible outcomes of how they can end up loving their life through your marketing because you'll just be stuck talking about the problems. Right. And so it's not inspiring people to take action from that space. It's like heavy. It's that bro marketing, just marketing to people's problems and pain points and rubbing salt in the wounds. Ooh, no one wants to do that. When you talk about all of the amazing things you have in your life and how amazing you feel in your life, and I'm not talking about faking it, by the way. None of this is talking about faking it. I'm talking about being truly authentic and loving your life, right? Like honestly, you've got things in your life to love. And when you talk about this and you think about all the amazing ways that you can think about what's happening in your life and the experiences that you've had, right? Then you're going to be able to start talking in your marketing this way because you'll be in that vibe, in that energy. Okay, when you're creating these amazing experiences, you're creating for yourself, so you create them for your clients. You can talk about that in your marketing. So then you'll feel good about your business. You'll feel good about your marketing and the message that you're putting out into the world. Okay, this will give you clarity and direction in your marketing because it'll help you feel inspired by what you can help people create. Right? This all comes from loving your life. So the more you get into practice talking about how amazing your life is and the things, and I don't mean talking about this to everyone else going, oh, my life's so amazing, right? I'm talking about to yourself, like talking to yourself about how amazing your life is. How great is your life? Like, if I think about my life, I absolutely love that I've got a coaching business that I get to do from home. I get to do from home. I've got so much flexibility in my time. It's not funny. I have so much freedom. I have so much abundance. I attract the most amazing clients, right? Like this is my life. It's amazing. And I want that for you as well. I want that for you as well. It's incredible. I get to spend so much time with my cat, my elderly cat, Rosie. She's about to turn 15. It makes me sad if I contemplate that if I was still in a job and my poor cat would be at home by herself every day. It's kind of funny, like, but not really. Like, I love that I get to spend time with my cat and look after her during the day. I love that, even I could focus on it's been challenging to run my business from home while I've got tradies here and doing the renovations because they always ask me questions. But you know what I love? I love the fact that I'm here and I can make sure things are getting done how we want it. Like that I'm not having to just have random people in my house when I'm not here. Like I love that I get the flexibility to do that. I love my business for that. Makes me feel like I've got loads of freedom and abundance. I love that I can, like, just before I went and got my nails done in the middle of a day, right? I love that. I've got the freedom to do that. So, the more that you get into this loving your life and really knowing that the freedom and abundance that exists in your life, then you can talk about it in your marketing, right? And that's going to attract people that you want to work with. Beautiful. You're going to feel clear. You're going to feel like you've got direction in your marketing. Amazing, right? Love your life. Now, the third thing that why this is important is because I talked about this just a moment ago in having an abundant mindset, right? You need to have an abundant mindset to succeed in business. You have to think of abundance in like there's an abundance of clients that are available, there's an abundance of clients who need your services. There's an abundance of clients who are just looking for someone just like you to help them. That there's an abundance of money for them to be able to pay you. That there's an abundance of time that you can serve your clients, in your highest good and have time for everything else that you want to do. Okay, so you want to be loving your life in a way is that you notice that there's abundance in your life. Okay, because like attracts like. And the more abundant you're thinking, right? The more abundant your thinking is, the more you focus on what you love and what you're excited for in your life, then the more of that you'll attract in all areas of your life, right? Like the more that you think about the abundance of love that you have in your life, the more love you'll have in your life. Okay, so really focus on all the ways that you are already abundant. And if this feels like a stretch for you, then you got to get started somewhere. So it could be as simple as, you know, being really excited about the abundance of electricity and internet that you have that you get to run your business with. Can you just let's think about this for a moment. There was a time, right, when people were running businesses, they didn't have the internet. Can you even imagine that now? Can you even imagine that trying to run a business without the internet now? I mean, sure, there's like, one of my tradies here at the moment, Rob, he's a great painter and he has a business card. All it has is his phone number. He said, you won't find me online because he gets lots of referral work. Okay, there's an exception to the rule. I'm sure he uses internet in other areas of his life. But if you're a coach, and just think about that. How amazing is it that you have the internet and electricity that you can be at home and reaching out to all of your potential clients on social media for free? How abundant is that? Right? You can think about the abundance of food and water and fresh air that you have in your life. And I'm serious about this because if you're listening to this podcast, I can pretty much guarantee you've got an abundance of food and water and definitely fresh air in your life. There are people in the world today who do not have an abundance of good food or clean water. So you're already living way above the majority of the planet. Right? That's something to really know that you're abundant in. You can really focus on the abundance of love that you have in your life, even if that love is the abundance like of love that you have from a pet, right? Or your neighbors, or if you could be your family. I don't know if you live alone, if you got people around you, right? But how abundant you are in that. You can be, do you know, here's a good one to be really excited about, the abundance of music. Oh my God. How good is music? And how good is it that these days you can have a subscription to say like iTunes or whatever, Spotify, and you can just access any music that you like. You can download as much music as you like for what? Like 10, 12, 15 bucks a month or something. How incredible is that? Because, I remember there was this time where I had to go and buy cassette tapes, right? Cassette tapes. And there'll be people going, well, I had to buy records. Yeah, records, cassette tapes, CDs, and you paid good money for like what, 10 songs, 20 songs? And that was it. And then, your cassette tape or your CD or whatever could get damaged and you'd lose them. Now we've got this an abundance of music, an abundance of music. Anytime you can just play any song you want. That's incredible. You've got an abundance of ideas, abundance of ideas. You can just tune in and just download all kinds of ideas, right? So the thing is about this abundance is that you just need to decide that you are abundant. Decide that you're abundant. Find things to think abundantly about. You could look out at the grass. Like if I look out my window now, I can see the grass. We've got an abundance of grass. I couldn't even count all of the blades of grass that we've got out there. They're so abundant, right? So, think about, just choose this to think abundantly. The more that you choose to find things that are in abundant supply, the more you'll realize that everything that you want is in abundant supply. Okay, so you can start with something little and you can go, oh, well, that's nothing. No, 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 it's never nothing. It's just things that you're taking for granted at the moment. So decide to be super excited for all the abundance that's in your life, and then you'll find more and more abundance. Okay, choose abundance for yourself, condition yourself. The more you believe you're abundant, the more abundance will flow into every area of your life, right? But you have to decide that you love your life to accept the abundance. Okay, because when we're in lack, when we're talking about problems, if you're attached to talking about problems, it's very hard to admit that you've got abundance in your life. Because what is abundance? Yeah, the abundance is the opposite of problems. You can't have both. Maybe you've got an abundance of problems. There you go, you're abundant. So this is the thing, right? If you're on an abundant mindset, start loving your life. Choose to love your life, because when you choose to love your life, it will be easy for you to find what's abundant in your life, right? Make all the difference, and then you'll attract more abundance into your life. Abundance of clients, abundance of money, abundance of, time, energy, all of those things. Okay? So the really important thing that I want you to know throughout this whole episode is that loving your life is a decision that you can make right now. You can make it right now. It's not something that you need to wish for or expect to happen when your circumstances change. You can love your life right now. And I promise you that when you make this decision to love your life and just start loving your life, right, you'll find there is so much to love, and you will send yourself into a phenomenal glow up, not just in your life, but in your business. Because people will be like, I want what she's having. I want what he's having. Right? You're going to attract people. People are way more attracted. The energy you have when you love your life is way more attractive than when you're talking about your problems. Right? People want to get in your space. They want to be around you. So last week, you might remember that I ran a masterclass on how to empower your self-concept, which is very closely tied to what it takes to become someone who authentically loves your life, right? Because it's a self-concept, deciding that you love your life and that you're capable of that. You can choose that for yourself, right? So when you love your life and attract the people that you want to, that they're going to love that energy. Okay, so if you want to check out this masterclass, the recording is now available. I made the recording available because this always happens. I put it out and I say, I'm running this masterclass, and people jump on, and we had, I don't know, 30 people or something register for it. But there's always people that are like, oh, I missed it. So the replay is in the show notes. You can go to the show notes right now and you'll scroll down and you'll see in the resources link, there's a link there. You can click on that link, go there, click on the link, register, and you'll get the replay of the Empower Yourself Concept Advanced NLP Masterclass sent straight to your inbox. And I share some really incredible stuff in there. You'll love it. So go to the show notes and do that now. And you can thank me later. But my question for you this week is, what would it take? What would it take for you to decide that you truly love your life? Maybe you already do love your life in some areas. So you could maybe ramp that up a bit. Could you love your life a bit harder? Could you just fully like go all in? Does it come with any resistance because of what you perceive your circumstances to be right now? Are you doing a bit of, yeah, but I would love my life a lot more if they weren't doing this or if I had this or da da da? If you are, the answer is to love your life anyway. Okay, so believe me when I say it doesn't matter what's going on. All that matters is that you choose to love your life first. And when you choose to love your life, you've got no, like universally, you'll have to start having a life that you love because you're choosing to love your life. Right? And then you'll soon start to see even more and more of what you love about your life and your business. And people will be attracted to you. It'll be a glow up.